In all its 1991 pomp and ceremony, that's Guns N' Roses with November Rain right here on Freedom FM. And before them, you were tuned into Greg, who, weirdly enough, has sent me a pager message, although I don't actually own one, telling me that he's going to be back tomorrow at 8 p.m. to sprinkle some more joy into your evening. But for now, a very warm welcome. My name is Feargal, and right now, you and I are stepping into the night cruise where the air turns warm, the beats go smooth, and everything just slows down. So whether you're drifting off or grinding through the graveyard shift, you're exactly where you're meant to be for this time of the evening. And as it is Monday, that means in this hour we've got Monday Punday coming up, while after midnight, I'm putting your musical memory to the test with the love lyrics. Details on both of those to come. And if you want to join in, and sure, why wouldn't you? Here are your options. You can text or WhatsApp me on 086 206 8888. That's 086 206 8888. You can drop an email to hello@freedomfm.ie or hit me up on the socials, namely Instagram, Blue Sky, Threads, or says.us, and you'll find me under the handle Voice Actor Fergs. Right, now that we've got the intro sorted, I think it's time to kick back, unwind, and make some Monday memories together. And let's do that, shall we? In 3, 2, 1. A tune all about the first moments of a child's life. That's 1994's 7 Seconds on Freedom FM's Night Cruise. And would you look at the time? What is it? 23 minutes past 11 on this fine Monday night. And that means it's officially time for us to unleash this week's Monday Punday game. Now, if you are new to this parish and haven't a clue about Monday Punday, here's the deal. You see, we want you to combine the name of any celebrity, band, or fictional character with a theme that I'll share with you in just a moment to create a pun so brilliant it'll make us smile or shamelessly groan. Anyway, so if you're scratching your head and thinking to yourself, Feargal, what is this madness you're talking about? Don't worry, let me get your creative gears spinning with tonight's theme and some bad examples of my own. Anyway, tonight's theme is takeaways. And why takeaways, I hear you ask? Well, you see, normally I don't get food from a takeaway, doctor's orders, but on Friday night, while glued to Glastonbury on the TV, the mad desire to have a delivered feast of empty calories took over, so I ordered for delivery from my local chipper the tastiest chips and veggie burger I have had in ages. And while stuffing my face and jumping between Dua Lipa and idols on the TV, my brain did what it always does in a full stomach. It goes into full-on pandemonium mode and gave me the idea to deliver up a takeaways-themed Monday Punday. And that is your challenge this evening. Think fish and chips to doner kebabs, wraps to baps, and make a pun out of anything takeaway by combining it with any celebrity, band, or fictional character name. And to get you on your way, here are a few deep-fried brain nuggets I prepped earlier on. First up, a Hollywood legend combined with an Italian staple. I give you pizza Zagabor. No, not feeling it. Okay, fair enough. So how about the kind of starter you might order with friends and combine it with a musician who spans the 1950s to today? No, I'm not talking about Spinal Tap. I give you Share Plate. Come on, it wasn't that bad. Anyway, my piece de resistance for this evening is the English footballer Chinese Wayne Rooney, because it kind of practically writes itself. Now, I know you've got much better ones up your sleeve, so let's hear them. Text or WhatsApp me your takeaway-inspired celebrity, band, or fictional character puns on 086 206 8888. That's 086 206 8888. I'm here, I'm hungry, and I'm ready for your wordplay. It's Adele on Freedom FM's Night Cruise, bringing you the smoothest 90s and noughties romance, chill and relaxing tunes across Leinster on DAB+, and online at freedomfm.ie. Now, from time to time, we here at the station like to take a look back at some of the things that shaped our world back in the 90s and noughties. And you may remember that back in April 2007, our then President Mary McAleese gave Bertie and the rest of them their sandwiches wrapped in a roadmap when she dissolved the 29th Dáil, which meant for us mere mortals, the best escape from all the political shenanigans was to troop into the cinema to watch the Mr. Bean movie. And while all that was going on, we were also watching John Legend sneaking up the charts into the number 10 spot with Ordinary People. You're tuned to Freedom FM's Night Cruise, where we are knee-deep in this week's Monday Punday game. The game where your mission this evening is to mash up the world of takeaways with any celebrity, band or fictional character name to create puns that'll make us chuckle or cringe in the best way possible. And as always, my friends, you have brought your A game. So let's start this round of puns with a WhatsApp from Jane Short in Artane, who says, I thought I would spice things up for Monday Punday with a Mexican twist and an English comedian. So how about this culinary comedy combo? Jimmy Con Carney. Jane, you legend. That pun is hotter than a jalapeno in a heatwave. Thank you so much for reaching out. Now, next up, I want to say hello to Duncan Potts, who's over in Carrickmacross, and he says, I've been dipping into the deep fryer of my imagination and have taken the queen of the disco beat and stirred her in with the tastiest fish and chip shop coating around to make some Sophie Ellis batter. Duncan, my man, that is a pun so crispy I can practically hear it sizzle through the WhatsApp machine here in the studio. Thank you for reaching out. And next up, it's your friend and mine, Jenny Curry in Glasnevin. And yes, her name does feel oddly appropriate for tonight's takeaway-themed madness. Anyway, Jenny says, Feargal, can I have a Fleetwood Big Mac with a side order of fries, please? I tell you what, Jenny, for that supersized slice of genius, I'm going to throw in a side order of Stevie Nicks' secret sauce. And finally for this round, Dan Palmer brings us a bit of boy band mixed with a bit of Beijing. Fergie says, I got thinking about those old school Chinese takeout nights. You know, the ones feet up, side of noodles along with some Ronan Peking duck balanced precariously on your lap. Dan, did anyone ever tell you that you are a word-wielding wizard of wok-based whimsy, and that pun is so perfect it should be served with some pancakes? Thank you for reaching out. Anyway, my friends, it's over to you. This is your cue. You've heard the pun fire, you felt the flavour, and you know what to do. The last round of Monday Punday is coming up in a moment, so if you are sitting on a genius takeaway pun, don't just grin into your garlic naan. Share it. Send it in now. 0862 That's 0862 because we'll be back with one more round of puns right after Duran Duran. Go on, make us groan and grin in equal measure. It's slowly edging towards Tuesday morning here on Freedom FM's Night Cruise, which means it's time to wrap up this week's delightfully deranged round of Monday Punday. And you will recall that this evening I asked you to make a pun by combining any celebrity, band or fictional character name with all things takeaway. So let's start this final round of Punday with a shout out to Scott O'Connor, who's in the leafy lanes of Cabinteely in South Dublin. Feargal, says Scott, why don't we take a global chart-topping LA crew and add in a classic English fish and chip shop side that no proper takeaway can live without? And voila, you have the black-eyed mushy peas. Scott, it's green, it's groovy, and it's probably got more texture than a remix of Where Is the Love. Thank you so much for reaching out. Now, next up, it's Ellie MacDonald in Parmistan, and she says, Feargal, how about a splash of synth, a sprinkle of salt, and suddenly the deep fryer's got a dance floor headlined by the Fish and Chip Shop Boys. And I tell you, Ellie, I'm hooked, and I hope that someone gives you a golden spatula for that beautiful wordplay. Now, let's head over to Limerick, because Connie Bennett has been on to ask, Feargal, for sending in this pun, do I get a discount vow share for half price off my next takeaway? Connie, it is an award-winning pun for sure, but the budget for this show doesn't even cover the cost of the electricity. Can you believe it? I've got to keep topping up the meter out of my own pocket. Anyway, finally, for this week, from Wexford, it's Penny Moss, and she tells me that the best thing on her takeaway menu is the Bruce Spring Rollstein. Penny, I think you've just rolled into the Hall of Pun fame with that one. It's crunchy and it's a classic. Thank you so much for playing. So to everyone who shared their brilliant puns tonight, thank you so much. If I didn't get to yours, don't think it went unnoticed. I saw them, I loved them, and wished I could have got them all on air. But don't worry, because the good news is we'll do it all again next Monday. Same rules, different theme. But for now, don't go anywhere, because coming up next, it's the Love Lyrics game. Stay right here on Freedom FM.